Everyone's always recommending that I cover this guy, so I figure I'll give the people what they want. AndyPantsGaming, one of the most ridiculous and pathetic anti-woke grifters on YouTube. He got a lot of attention about a year ago when he got demolished by the Act Man in a debate, and then tried to hide the debate, turn off comments, and I think he even tried to copyright takedown the Act Man, if I'm not mistaken. It was really funny and really pathetic. It had something to do with, like, trying to silence everybody who was talking about the fact that Act Man clearly beat him, and so many people jumped onto him. Even non-left-wing creators were dunking on Andy Pants. So with all that in mind, oh, and then of course, yep, gotta include this, Lucky Otter, almost forgot critical context. He made an AI game about fighting wokeness, which included, there's no other way to put it, but CSAM of his own daughter. He claimed the game was meant to be about protecting his daughter. It's really bizarre and fucked up, and yeah, the internet has not been kind to him since then. But of course, the anti-woke crowd is, you know, made up of a lot of creeps, so his main core target demographic remained more or less unconvinced that they didn't need to be supporting him anymore, which is why we're gonna be covering a new video from him today. It's called Everything is Fake and Gay Now, which is just a fantastic title. It caught my eye pretty quick, so gotta give him credit there. So let's see what he has to say about all this everything being fake and gay now. I assume he means video games. I doubt this guy consumes much else in the realm of entertainment. But if you end up enjoying this video, be sure to drop a like and a comment on it. It really helps the channel, and it's totally free. Without any further ado, let's get right into it.
Modern video games be like...
That's not how you say that.
Say what? Transvestites?
Yes. It's transgender. Transgender men.
In media.
I'm pretty sure, like, the entire point of that game that we just saw footage of was that the character is trans, right? Like, I can't lie, if you boot up the trans game and get mad about the trans game having a trans character, it's basically like an indie game, too. Then you're just kind of a crybaby. Come on. Like, really? Really? Like, I'd get it if that was a scene in I don't know, the new God of War. I don't know, like, I wouldn't get it, but you know what I mean. But that is literally a game where the selling point is that one of the main characters is trans, or maybe both, I forget exactly, but I mean, come on, you're looking for it at that point. Are there not allowed to be games that are, as you call it, woke? Are there not allowed to be any woke games?
I am a trans woman and I've been playing games for my entire life, so...
You're not, though, dude. You're just fat.
Many such cases.
Lying about biological realities doesn't help anybody. You're just fat. You're just a fat guy.
Believe it or not, there's not a single consensus. There's no consensus in the scientific community that that is true. In fact, the scientific consensus is that trans women are women, trans men are men. And not only that, but gender reassignment surgery, transitioning, hormones, any number of things, including just dressing differently, changing your name and pronouns, and being referred to as such, has been agreed upon by psychologists and doctors and biologists across the board to be the best thing you can possibly do for gender dysphoric people. And also, gender dysphoria is real, rapid onset gender dysphoria is not real. Glad I could update you.
You want to lay with me, is that it?
That I do. Will you follow me?
He picked the gay dialogue option. Enough said.
Place more comfortable?
I love you.
My husband's still in the outer city with the few...
That is also a scenario where he picked the gay dialogue option. Voluntarily.
cows we have left.
Games from the 2000s were like this.
Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Here's the deal, Airto. You give me a...
LA Noire is satire, if you're not aware of it, by the way. That's kind of the whole thing with the studio that made LA Noire, is that they satirize the settings that they... Okay, I'm arguing with a gamer. I'm what am I doing? He's not even human. Why would I argue with something that's not even human? The squirrel that I feed by hand outside my apartment would have more comprehension of my words than AndyPantsGaming could.
Information, and I won't give you to immigration.
Aren't you a gamer? No. I'm a capital G gamer.
Based.
You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Cullen?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You.
left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn
The being able the just hearing this and being like based and not seeing the humor in it, I genuinely could not be this lacking in a sense of humor. There will never be a world in which I can take someone who unironically uses the term goy to describe themselves seriously. Alright? Goy is a hilarious word though, I'm not gonna lie.
butt snatcher.
He says that you're Lenny's sissy, and that you'll do it.
You distribute for the Jews. You're a patsy.
Guys, before we get into it, this is why you should always own physical copies of your games. So I was playing LA Noire the other day, and Cole Phelps said this exact line: you distribute for the Jews, you're a patsy. I go on Google and I say, is this line in LA Noire? Google says, there is no evidence that that line is in the game. Guys, I don't trust AI. AI.
There you go. Hey, even a conservative anti-woke grifter has his reasons not to trust AI. And yeah, you shouldn't trust AI, because the fact is, what these tech companies want to do is make an AI that is, as Elon Musk has called it, the definitive truth AI. That if you say something that the AI doesn't agree with, because of course the AI is always right, then you're wrong. And if the AI or the people who run it have decided that a certain detail in history is not, convenient for them, then the AI gets some information tweaked, and the truth, according to the truth AI, is different. Don't trust AI, but still uses an AI assistant? Well, there you go.
Is lying to us. The only thing this is exactly why we should own physical copies of games. So guys, the point of this video is that everything is fake and gay now. And I want to talk about games from the 2000s that were real, that were authentic, that were edgy. So we're going to do LA Noire and compare that with Tell Me Why, which are both technically detective games. I've recently been...
Technically detective games? Isn't Tell Me Why a choose your own, story kind of game? I'm sure there's puzzly kind of detective elements because it's made by the same studio as Life is Strange, but you wouldn't necessarily... okay, Life is Strange is a mystery and you're trying to solve it. Would you call Life is Strange a detective game? I guess it could fall into that category. If, someone's like, man, I need a game where you just, find clues and solve a mystery. I need a detective game. I guess Life is Strange could scratch that itch, but I feel like there's a lot of other categories that kind of top the list for Life is Strange. And it's the same studio. It's the same kind of vibe. So I don't know if Tell Me Why is a detective game. It's more of a puzzle game. That's kind of what I would derive. So already we're kind of off on the comparisons, but it's fine. I'm not going to nitpick that hard.
Been playing Saints Row from 2006. Bro, this game is so based. So I want to compare Saints Row from 2006
based, bro.
with the gay, woke, watered-down abortion Saints Row 2022, the reboot. And then finally...
That's a great example of that thing I've talked about that these right-wing grifters like to do, where they take a piece of media that's, objectively kind of shit, and then they try to claim it's woke. Right? Because, let's be real. Saints Row compared to Saints Row, the 2022 to 2026 version, absolute dog shit. It's objectively bad. Saints Row fans hated it. And so, if you're a conservative grifter, you go in, you find woke spotting or sinking ship spotting, you find your, sinking ship, a big pre-baked fan base of people that are pissed off by the newest entry, and you start claiming, this woke garbage, and you get those angry fans on board with your crusade.
A woke, watered-down abortion, Saints Row 2022, the reboot. And then finally in this video, I want to talk about Medal of Honor as a series and compare it with Battlefield 6. So that's what you're going to get in this video. Guys,
man, it's such a crazy, I will say there is nothing like having been around online in 2016 and 2026. Because in 2016, all anyone could talk about was how hyped they were for Battlefield 1. And now in 2026, everyone's shitting on Battlefield for being woke. It's wild how much has changed in 10 years.
Before we get into it, I have to show y'all this clip of this insane woman. This chick is the final boss of Reddit. If Reddit had a final boss, it would be this ugly bitch right here.
I don't know. I associate Reddit more with conservatives, but I don't know. Maybe it's a more left-leaning platform. I think everybody just hates Reddit, and so everybody tries to associate their political rivals with Reddit.
Watch this.
Reddit is an insult now.
There's a point of privilege on microphone 1, then we'll go to microphone 3. Go ahead, delegate.
Yes, hello, I was standing here with my gender equity card before.
What does this crap even mean? Point of privilege and gender equity card? Like,
this is the shit that these people have to distract themselves with to not be actively melting down over, well, in this guy's case, the fact his wife left him and took his daughter. And in the case of most conservatives that watch this content, from the fact that they voted for the guy who broke every promise he made to them, has done the opposite of everything they said was the reason they voted for him, and has now gotten us involved in a pointless foreign war that is destroying the economy, raising gas prices across the board, making everything more expensive, and actively turning America into a third world country. They have to distract themselves from that by finding videos like this to get mad about. Think about how sad that is, dude.
these people still wonder why everyone hates them and nobody can stand them.
Yes, hello, I was standing here with my gender equity card before you called on the previous speaker. That's my point of privilege that I would like to raise.
I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed, that I cannot amend, which is the
yeah, videos from Canada to get mad at, apparently.
pro-con rotation. You can move yourself.
Like, hear how I will explain the speaking order, which is fixed.
Up a line that you're standing in.
I am pro.
Yesterday, this card was used in an inappropriate manner. And while I understand in Ontario, we know this is equity, even if this was also used inappropriate in terms of gender. I want everyone to be...
It's just a bunch of childless fucking women that nobody wants. Like, nobody can stand these people. They're not having kids. They have...
You can tell where this guy's anger comes from when you know that he lost his kid to his wife.
Nothing else to do, so they go to these dumbass meetings and say dumb
his
shit
ex-wife.
like this.
Mindful that these cards...
Dude, look at Asmon's reaction.
For individuals like
Asmongold.
myself who identify as a black woman,
he's so
have
based.
no value outside of this space.
Your point's quite well made, Speaker. I'll again thank delegates not to call me Madam Chair or Madame la Présidente. I'm a non-binary person. My pronouns are they, them, and their. Chair is...
Guys, what make up whatever pussy-ass, retarded words and retarded language you want. Like, nobody's listening to you. Nobody cares anymore. We're done. All right, boys, so let's get into the...
Yep, woke is dead and it's never coming back. There'll never be cancel culture again. So I guess these guys can stop complaining about being silenced. And they can stop complaining about everything being woke now. And they can stop complaining about how transness and wokeness is taking over. And they can stop complaining about how everything is going to the left and how that's a bad thing they need to fight against. Because supposedly that's the case. Woke is dead and never coming back, right? Of course, we all know that's not true. I think even the majority of conservatives know that's not true. I think many of them have been through this before. 2014 to 2016, culturally, especially on the internet, things got really conservative and right-leaning. And then around late 2017, going into 2020, man, things got pretty damn woke. Cancel culture happened. You had, like, everything was supposedly woke. The term woke blew up, of course, and then lost meaning. And now we're back in an era much like 2014 to 2016. And I think a lot of people, ironically, 2024 to 2026, and I think a lot of people know what's coming next. Things are about to get even woker than they were before. And I'm progressive, and even I'm a little scared about it. What's the next cancel culture gonna be like? It's gonna be insane, bro. It's gonna be a torrent.
Main part of this video, and I want to talk about LA Noire. And this game has been blowing my mind the past couple days because I had forgotten how unfathomably based LA Noire truly is.
You distribute for the Jews. You're a patsy. Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
I mean, first off, this game talks about the Jews, and there were a lot of people in the 1940s LA who were suspicious of Jews, just like they are now. And this game is full of sexism. It's full of racism.
Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore?
But it's incredibly realistic. And the thing that I think for me was so refreshing about going back to LA Noire is it reminded me of a time when game developers were not afraid, when they weren't scared, when they didn't cower before the gay woke mob. But game developers like Brendan McNamara, who made LA Noire and Bondi Studio there in Australia, he made the game he wanted to make and he didn't compromise. And this was from a time when developers had balls, man, and they showed games exactly as they were. They showed a time period exactly as it was, and they did not compromise. So let's watch a couple clips.
That's very cool. What about the game that you made? Did you have balls? Did you not compromise when you made that CSAM of your own daughter, bro? Because that was definitely a choice. If that's the kind of choices you want game developers to be making in your ideal world, maybe we should keep these game developers afraid. Maybe we should keep them neutered. Maybe they shouldn't have balls if what you did is what balls looks like. Because goddamn, no, I don't think anybody is in favor of any of that.